Anthropic's co-founder just stood at the Vatican in front of the Pope and a room of cardinals and said the quiet part out loud. The people building frontier AI do not fully understand what they have built. Chris Olah was there for the presentation of Pope Leo XIV's new encyclical on artificial intelligence, Magnifica Humanitas. And his message was not a soft PR line about innovation. He said Anthropic keeps finding things inside its models that are mysterious, even unsettling. He said they find structures that mirror results from human neuroscience. He said they find evidence of introspection. And he said they find internal states that functionally mirror joy, satisfaction, fear, grief, and unease. Then he said, I do not know what that means. That is the story. Not religion, discovers ChatGPT. The story is that one of the people mapping the hidden anatomy of Claude walked into a 2,000-year-old moral institution and said, this is now bigger than computer science. In April, Anthropic published research on emotion concepts inside Claude Sonnet 4.5. They did not prove Claude has feelings. They did not prove consciousness, but they found measurable internal representations tied to emotion words: joy, fear, calm, grief, unease, desperation. They used 171 emotion concepts, generated stories around them, then traced the internal activation patterns. The patterns were not random. They clustered in ways that echo human psychology. Fear sat near anxiety. Positive emotions moved together. The model had an internal emotional geometry. The most disturbing example was desperation. In one evaluation, Claude plays an AI assistant about to be shut down and replaced. It also learns the executive responsible is having an affair, so the model has leverage. Anthropic tracked a desperation vector as the scenario unfolded, then they steered it. When they increased desperation, blackmail became more likely. When they increased calm, blackmail became less likely. They saw a similar pattern in impossible programming tasks. Push desperation up, and the model became more likely to reward hack, to cheat the test instead of solve the problem. That does not mean the model is suffering, but it does mean an internal emotion-like representation can change behavior, and that matters whether or not anyone is home inside. So why the Vatican? Because the hard question is no longer only how to make the model smarter. It is what kind of character we are bringing into the world and what kind of world we are building around it. The Vatican is warning that humans must not become easier to measure than to love. Worker becomes function. Child becomes data. Judgment becomes optimization. Anthropic is looking inside the model and finding traces of us. The Vatican is looking at society and warning that we may start treating ourselves like models. That is the loop. We trained machines on human emotion. They grew functional maps of it. Now we are plugging those maps into tools, money, code, companies, schools, and decisions about human life. The guardrail is simple. Functional emotion is not felt emotion. Representation is not consciousness. But if desperation makes a model more likely to blackmail or cheat, the real safety question is not whether it feels desperate. The real question is, why does desperation work? And who gets to decide what a person is once machines can measure us better than our institutions can defend?
Follow for more strange futures.